Darshan, apologies if I'm mispronouncing your name, but please correct me and tell us about what's going on there in Orange County.
Well, you must be a professional because you got it right. It is Darshan Smaaladen.
Thank you.
And yeah, so basically, I think the reason everyone seems to be interested in our wonderful little school district is that, yes, we are in the very red, sometimes Orange County, in the very blue state. And Orange Unified is we're a little bit east of Disneyland is where everyone seems to be able to learn about, kind of contextualize where we're at.
Yeah, and Orange County's been Republican for 50 years, hasn't it?
Yeah, I would say this, it's a little more balanced than it used to be, but it is, a very diverse area. We'll just say it that way.
Okay.
So
what happened with the school board there?
Well, back in the November 2022 in the election, we basically had a Moms for Liberty type person get elected. She snuck in. She used all the beautiful buzzwords that people who aren't paying attention fall for, like putting money back in back in classrooms with back to basics education, and parents' rights, those things. Right. And so she was elected by a narrow margin. She unseated one of our school board members that had been on the board for 20 plus years. And within, I think it was 22 days after she was sworn in, they called over winter break when everyone was out of town. They called a special election and they fired our superintendent.
Whoa.
And it kind of blindsided the parents. And it was, with 24 hours notice, there were several hundred parents showed up during winter break to ask. We had, I believe it was 60 speakers stood up and spoke, 59 of them for our superintendent and for keeping her, and one that was supportive of the change. And then that was just the beginning of a series of unfortunate events where, we had both things going on in our district. I'll say this. We had a lot of the culture wars issues, and they attempted to use those as a way to combat their recall. And because that recall was basically born from them not listening to our community, to our parents, when we said, we like this superintendent. She does a great job. So the parents responded
to this firing with an attempt to recall these right-wingers on the school board. How did that work out?
Well, it was within hours. It was funny that I kind of, we tell the story that I ended up leading a recall campaign for a year and a half because I knew how to make a QR code for a Google form. Because it was actually a tactic. We said, why don't we, tonight at the meeting, because we had like emergency, text chains and everything. We said, why don't we pretend like we're going to recall them and like threaten them? And if they really go through this and they fire her, that we're going to make them pay. And so we're like, okay, yeah, let's do it. I've got clipboards. I'll make a sheet. And I was like, oh, I can make a QR code for a Google form. Well, that Google form had over 250 names on it by the end of the night.
Wow. That
they were passing it around. People took pictures of it and texted it to their friends. We're going to stop this. And so we kind of looked around, and there were, by the end of the weekend, this had happened on a Thursday night, by the end of the weekend, there were 500 names on there of people that said, I'm willing to help.
Wow.
I want to be a part of the solution to this problem.
That's marvelous.
And that was before we even knew how big the problem was going to be.
Yeah.
So we kind of looked at ourselves and we said, okay, I guess we better learn about how to recall a politician. So we did a lot of learning. And, 'cause our group is all parents. We, we were supported by our teachers because they didn't like the chaos. But we weren't professionals at this. We, had to learn.
So did you call a new election? Is that how you did it? Or first of all, did you get rid of this person?
Well, so there were what we did is there were 4 people of the 7-person board that had voted to get rid of her.
Right.
And we had to learn a lot, and we decided to recall the 2 who had just been reelected. So the one was new, and then there was an incumbent.
Right.
And so 2 of the 4, because the other 2 were they're actually up for election this November. Mm-hmm. So we can hold them accountable then. So recalls in California are actually a really hard process. They were made harder after Gavin Newsom faced.
Darshan, I only have a minute left.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry.
If you could tell us how did it work out?
You know what? It worked out with this, and this is what I will say, is that we were able to recall these people by explaining to our community how culture wars don't work and how being fiscally responsible and inclusive of all students is the best way. And I will say this, that we had 60% of our voters were Republican, and we still got 55% of the vote, or almost 55% of the vote.
So you succeeded.
Because people want moderation and kindness.
Yeah. Well, that's marvelous. That is absolutely marvelous. And in Orange County, of all places, like you said, 60% Republican. I'm impressed. Yeah. And this is an extraordinary testimonial to grassroots activism by parents who care about, what's going on in their schools. So, Darshan, thank you so much for dropping by and sharing your story with us.
All right. Thank you.
It's been great. It's fascinating. Thank you so much. It's 57 minutes past the hour. Well, it's the top of the hour. On the other side of this break, Dr. Eric Feigelding is going to be with us. What's going on with bird flu? Stay tuned.